I could have stopped him. I could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault.
At Pro Box TV on behalf of his fighter, seeking to overturn the result in the ring. From a draw to, of course, a knockout, TKO, or disqualification.
It's on Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Good fight. Good, very competitive fight, which I knew, which I anticipated. I said it.
Tank Davis is visibly frustrated after Nick reportedly overturned Lamont Roach's draw decision into a loss. The controversial ruling has left him disappointed, and he doesn't shy away from taking responsibility. "It's definitely my fault. I could have done better," he admits, acknowledging that he could have pushed himself harder during the fight. Despite his frustration, Davis remains composed. Understanding the difficulties surrounding the situation, there was a lot going on, he adds, hinting at the challenges that may have affected his performance. Rather than dwelling on the setback, he's determined to improve. "I'll go to the gym and try a little harder," he says, showing his commitment to bouncing back stronger, though upset. Davis's response reflects his resilience. Instead of blaming external factors, he accepts his role in the outcome and is already looking ahead, ready to work harder and refine his craft.
Could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
Lamont Roach revealed that Gervonta Davis directly told him he wasn't going to win and that the judges wouldn't rule in his favor. Hearing those words in the middle of the bout was a tough pill to swallow, but Roach admitted that it wasn't. Entirely surprising. He acknowledged the harsh reality of boxing, where name recognition and strong backing often outweigh actual performance in the ring. "It's tough to accept," Roach said, expressing his frustration with the sport's politics. He believes boxing frequently favors those with bigger names, powerful promoters, and financial advantages, making it difficult for fighters like him to break through, even when they put on strong performances. Despite this setback, Roach refuses to be discouraged. He remains determined to push forward, continuing to train and fight for the opportunities he believes he deserves. However, he also understands the uphill battle ahead where talent alone isn't always enough to secure victory. The boxing world operates on influence, and those with more on paper often get the nod, regardless of what happens inside the ring. Still, Roach remains focused on proving himself, determined to rise above the politics and make his mark.
You know something funny? When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, "You ain't gonna win." I said, "Why not? What you talking about?" He like, "Nah, he gonna give it to you." I said, "Oh, is that right?" So, you know, that's how boxing works. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing works. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But shit, I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh shit, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
The controversial draw between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. New York officials admitted to a review error that affected the 9th round knockdown call. The commission acknowledged the controversy and assured that an investigation was in progress to assess the mistake. The admission only fueled further debate among fans and analysts. many of whom argued that Roach should have been declared the winner. Discussions surrounding the fight's outcome intensified, with critics questioning the judging process and the impact of officiating errors on boxing decisions. Roach's supporters felt the mistake cost him a well-earned victory, while others pointed to the sport's history of contentious rulings favoring higher-profile fighters. As the commission continues its review, the boxing community remains divided, eager for clarity on the situation. Regardless of the final decision, the fight has sparked conversations about the need for greater accuracy and fairness in judging.
Override his decisions or knockdowns. Some skeptics have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion. In our long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury, which I actually get. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown, all right?
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this and then call it a knockdown. Because here's the thing. The fight could have gone completely differently if Gervonta was told that it was a knockdown officially. Gervonta could have then responded differently because, let the truth be known, Gervonta didn't even know it was the 12th round when it was the 12th round. He thought it was the 8th.
Forgot where he was at. He thought he was still in the 8th round. He thought he still had rounds to go.
12th round. He said, damn, it's the 12th? Yeah, it's the 12th and you're down. Tank didn't know what round it was. So, if it was brought to his attention by Steve Willis that it was officially a knockdown, the fight could have gone differently, making it very difficult to review this after the fact and overturn it. But the problem is, still, though Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown officially, he also didn't call it a slip.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown.
He had to pick one or the other. And according to the rules, if it's a slip...
The highly debated bout between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. Davis's trainer responded to criticism, emphasizing that fame naturally brings both admiration and detractors. Fame comes with haters, and people will always talk, he stated, reinforcing that no matter what Tank does, there will always be mixed opinions. He acknowledged that success often attracts negativity.
When it came down to Tank taking that knee, or do you feel like this is something that happens in boxing?
It wasn't illegal, so I ain't gonna say it was a mistake.
That's why I asked you that's exact way. Like, do you feel like it was a mistake, or do you feel like no, this is a veteran move? This is stuff that happens in boxing.
It happens in boxing. It happens in boxing. It wasn't illegal. You know, just run it back. Just run it back. Shit, that's what champions do. Run it back. Carry that shit like men. Run it back.
Let's talking about that running back, the big rematch.
But made it clear that their focus remains on training, winning, and proving doubters wrong inside the ring. The fight itself sparked widespread debate, with many observers pointing out that Roach's strategy closely mirrored Davis's approach. This tactical similarity led to a contest where neither fighter significantly outperformed the other over the course of the match.
You gotta beat the champ to take the belt. You gotta beat the champ to take his belt. It's not okay to fight him to an even fight. It's not okay to have do slightly better than him on some people's opinion. If that man's the champion, you gotta go out there and you got to go get that belt. That is what many people say. Now, they're very selective with it. When it's their fighter that is playing great defense and slipping punches and winning fights, they don't mind. But when it's their fight, when it is their fighter that is having somebody refusing to fight and kind of standing in a gap and just trying to make it all super technical, man, they get upset. They get upset about it, right? But anyway, you know that rule. So when I heard Gary Russell Jr., one of my favorite fighters, one of my favorite people in boxing, talk about the Gervonta Davis fight, I was like, yeah, man, I think that you're about right on. Because basically what Gary Russell Jr. said is, look, man, Lamont didn't win that fight. Lamont didn't win that fight because Lamont didn't do enough to go get the belt from the champion. And I think he's 100%, and I think that he's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up around.
Both boxers showcased comparable styles, making it difficult for judges and fans to discern a clear winner. As a result, the fight ultimately ended in a majority draw decision that left many divided. Renowned welterweight boxer Jaron "Boots" Ennis weighed in on the controversy, offering his perspective on how the fight played out. Ennis argued that many analysts overlooked Davis's dominance in the initial rounds,